Kansas, the PR8 battleship, high tier but not the best among gold BBs. If you don't know me, my work is all based on calculations, simulations, and tests. Since PR8 can't be tested for another few months, we have calculations and simulations. Kansas is worse at bossing than the best gold battleships, who are Owari, Dyson, Flander, etc. However, for mobbing, she's quite good, like Owari level, but not Dyson because Dyson has healing, which is good. And Kansas, his gimmick is that she's the first BB with 4 main gun mounts, but she has lower efficiencies, like at 115%, but that is still the equivalent of 153% times 3 mounts, which is really high for a gold battleship. But splitting that efficiency into 4 mounts is actually worse in practice because of timed buffs and accuracy against moving enemies. Kansas's first skill says that she gets a bonus for charging up to 3 stacks, which takes 24 seconds before firing her main guns, and this is a trap. Don't be forced to use slow guns. The barrage improvement isn't large, and using a 20-second gun would flip-flop between 2 and 3 stacks anyways, so you would get most of the benefits of charging up to 3 stacks, like half the time. And syncing with other BBs at 20 seconds or slightly faster also usually gives better buffs, debuffs, and slows and freezes. And one problem Kansas has is that she has lowish reload, which is going to be a problem in getting 4 salvos in Meta Showdown. This is her barrage, and it is really inaccurate. The white sweep, the red and blue, I think it's supposed to be yellow in-game, but in my simulation it's red somehow. This is pretty good because it covers the whole screen and it's like the equivalent of 2/3 of a big 7 barrage, so really good for mobbing. The arcing shells, however, they fly everywhere. There are 12 arcing shells, and on average for uncharged, like 2 or fewer charge stacks, it'll hit a boss with 3.5 shells out of 12. And with a fully charged 3 stacks, then the average will be 4.3 hits out of 12. So it is pretty bad for bossing, but good for mobbing. According to some anonymous sources familiar with the matter, Kansas has really bad accuracy in World of Warships, so that barrage may be a reference. High Sigma is good. We have like normal battleships like Bismarck, Lion, Kearsarge at 1.8 to 1.9 Sigma, and Kansas is the lowest at 1.7. And then we have ships known for sniping like Warspite and Scharnhorst at 2.0, like historical references, and Mecklenburg at 2.05. In Azur lane, she has the -5 spread on her main guns. Personal damage wise, Kansas is like 10% worse than Owari against bosses. So these are the damage per second values using each of the 3 guns that are best against the 3 armor types. And Kansas is worse in particular against light because her barrage is skewed towards medium and heavy. And as I mentioned, she has kind of low reload, so like for example, Rafaela gun, if you don't use an autoloader, then it'll take 84 seconds to get out, which is too slow for Meta Showdown. So I just copied Owari's ratings and lowered some bossing, so meta and challenge mode from B to C. Another point of comparison would be Admiral Zenker, who is new, and you might be more familiar with her if you're a new player. If you're a new player though, she's not worth getting because she requires Dev 30, and there's no catch-up or coining for PR8, so it'll take a few months to max her out, and by that time you might have better battleships like Rainbow ones. For non-new players, Kansas has mediocre tech, which is +1 battleship firepower, and she's basically useless because she's worse than the best gold battleships, and the best gold battleships are still worse than the worst rainbow battleships. And here's example fleet and gear, so she doesn't actually have any ship synergy, so just put whatever good ships with suitable gear in the same fleet and you'll be fine. So left is an example for mobbing and right is an example for triple battleship bossing.